afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the iRacing Israel League. We're here for round 3 and races 5 and 6 of this here championship. It is the road to the FIA Motorsport Games for 2024, and well, on the road to the FIA Motorsport Games, Rowan Chacha leads that standing for the time being. He leads the qualifying session for the time being as well. Just a 10th ahead of Ran Tazzoni. Reem Gross sits in 3rd with Yuval Merrick in 4th. It's a little bit of a different stream we have here tonight, and I do have to apologize. We had to miss the silver class races, but we're back for the pro class, and Rowan Chacha, well, he improves once again to take that provisional pole position slot into the 44s, but so is Reem Gross. So the only two cars into the 44s. Yuval Merrick on a 45.001, so just off that 44 range. On your screens now, Tyon Baba, and he's coming to the end of his lap and getting closer and closer to completed. Everybody else has completed their full qualifying run, and Tyon Baba will be the final car to cross the line. I don't think he's going to take pole here, but he might just jump up the standings up to 13th spot, and that should be the final car we have in this qualifying session. Actually, Gilead Heskia had a chance, and Rick Cherniak still with a lap to complete. Does complete and actually takes the position from Nadav Yaron by 2.5 hundredths of a second. So very, very tight field here from Portimao, the Algarve International Circuit. What a beautiful circuit it really is around here. I mean, the undulation of this place is something else, and I'm sure the drivers will be loving it, especially in these Formula 4 cars. You can really throw them around the track. So a place like this, well, it's almost heaven for drivers. It really is an amazing racing venue. Rowan Chacha still completing laps, but I do believe that he cannot complete a better one. And actually, his last lap, not even quicker. So I think maybe doing some extra practice work. Don't be alarmed about track limits. The track limit is the curb around the circuit, so if you still got wheels on the curb, you're still golden. So you'll see drivers really taking a wide line down through turn 1. Well, down into turn 1. It's a really huge drop. I mean, you don't see it on the TV cameras. You don't see it on the sim as much, but it is a crazy drop down into turn 1. It's a crazy drop down here into what I believe is turn 5, or is it turn 4? I do have those corner numbers mixed up. Yes, that is turn 5. I was right. Well, on something at least. At least once I was right in the broadcast. But the drivers gridding up at the moment, getting ready to go. Again, Rowan Chacha on pole position. Alongside him is Reem Gross with Ran Tazzoni, and then Yuval Merrick. We can actually have a quick look at our qualifying results. Come up, here we go. Rowan Chacha takes pole ahead of Reem Gross, Ran Tazzoni, Yuval Merrick in 4th, 5th for Ayali Kanovitsky, 6th for Matty Rosen, 7th for Daniel Lerman, Ernon Levi in 8th, Gilead Heskia in 9th, 10th for Ido Baltzan, Eric Cherniak in 11th, 12th for Nadav Yaron, 13th for Tyon Baba, 14th for Itai Zarbel, Yossi Gabe in 15th, Omri Farrick in 16th spot. As the drivers get ready to go, Reem Gross still not on the grid, so that's the final car we're still waiting for. But we should soon get underway. It's 2 races here tonight, with the top 10 flipped for race 2. It has been all races taken by Rowan Chacha. Will this change tonight? Well, we'll see in about 20 minutes time for race 1 and 40 minutes time for race 2. Here we go, lights out. And Rowan Chacha again, beautiful getaway to lead the field down in turn 1. It is a pretty long run down in turn 1, but I think he's just about going to be able to keep his position down there. Looks like it's pretty clean, even further back down in the field, but Rowan Chacha continues to lead this one. And drivers coming through a few lockups. Let's looking further back, it's still relatively clean. Even the final car here, it's super clean. So beautiful job by all the drivers. We've seen quite a few issues throughout the season, but this time all clean and all beautiful. Even through here, the hairpin at turn 5, it's a hot spot for incidents, but not this time. Ayali Konovitsky and actually, that's, Ayali Konovitsky and Yuval Merrick fighting for a 4th spot here. Still side by side between the 25 and the 79. And that's Daniel Lerman trying to get in on this action. They're still side by side. Daniel Lerman actually takes a position off Yuval Merrick, but doesn't keep that place in the end. So, still, looks like most of the field has kept with their qualifying position. Yuval Merrick has dropped 1, with Ayali Konovitsky going up 1. Oh, somebody is spun around. Oh, big incident here. Oh, somebody on the roof. Well, we've seen quite a few drivers on the roof in the past few races. That's Nadav Yaron, who is out of this one. For the lead, though, Rowan Chacha, he's very much under pressure from Reem Gross, as Reem Gross getting closer and closer and closer, using that slipstream down the long front straight. To the inside comes Reem, and gets the move done. Reem Gross into the lead of the race, and actually putting in a pretty big challenge for Rowan Chacha. Konovitsky and Lerman now fighting down into the braking zone, and behind them, Matty Rosen and Yuval Merrick going side by side as well. Yuval Merrick just about holds that position. Reem Gross has actually lost it to Rowan Chacha, and they've got Ranzazzoni now behind them as well. So into the battle. This is now a freeway battle for P1. Once again, Rowan Chacha, Reem Gross, and Ranzazzoni. Your top 3. Ran actually had lost quite a bit of time, and Ayali Konovitsky has lost quite a bit of time. Obviously because of fighting with Daniel Lerman, Yuval Merrick, and who else was in that battle, I believe. But Matty Rosen, I think, was in that one as well. He's dropped back from it, but the top 3, Linus Stern, and very much under pressure, both of them. Well, both of them, as in Reem Gross is under pressure from Ranzazzoni, and Rowan Chacha is under pressure from Reem Gross. This is one of the more straight tracks, I'd call it, so more slipstream effective circuit compared to everywhere else we went. Mugello obviously had that super long straight, but then the track kind of went super duper squiggly throughout the rest of it. Oschersleben, well, super tight and technical, but now Ranzazzoni takes the fastest lap of the race to the outside as Reem Gross, and he'll fight Rowan Chacha into turn 1. Chacha holds this lead for now, but turn 3, it's definitely an opportunity to overtake, but nope, nobody decides to do that. However, Chacha runs a little bit wide and a little bit sideways from Reem Gross, so they both cancel each other out on that one. And now under pressure is Reem Gross from Ranzazzoni, as it almost looked like he was trying to overtake Rowan Chacha into the braking zone for T5. Didn't happen because, well, he had to defend. So this is very much what this race is all about. This is 2 wide, double 2 wide. Arnon Levi in the 39 machine, and behind him was Eric Cherniak and Gilead Heskia fighting. He was side by side with Zion Baba. Ayali Konovitsky, well, I was going to say he made a gap of about 3/10, which is a decent gap in this race, at least with how everything's gone so far. Well, Merrick getting closer and closer to this one. Getting closer to Daniel Lerman. up ahead, that's the battle for the lead you just saw. Had a slight glimpse of it, but those gaps have increased just a little bit now, but actually Rantazzoni quite close and might try and make a move on Reem Gross. Reem Gross, however, he's got that slipstream, so we'll see if anything happens here. It's like Reem Gross catching up to Rowan Chacha very quickly. Chacha to the inside. Defends that one, and no way by for anybody here. Let's see if anything happens into turn 3. Lerman ahead of Kanoivitsky now. He's got that move done, but, well, that's a big battle. Quite a few cars going side by side, and I think Kanoivitsky has held on to 5th. 4th now for Lerman, and this is Reem Gross back into that battle, so this race really giving us a lot of action. Oh, big slide from Reem Gross. Rantazzoni will have a chance now to take the outside line, and this might just be the mistake that Rowan Chacha needs to run away from this pack, but the pack behind using that slipstream well. Obviously wasn't that big of a difference in qualifying either. So in qualifying, very much close gaps, and closest pole time I think we've seen throughout this season. This is Reem Gross defending from Rantazzoni. Oh, he's in that battle. Most positions gained at the moment, that's Sound Baba. Remember, you get 2 extra points for most positions gained as well. But now, Rowan Chacha has got his biggest lead so far. Now, Reem Gross very much under pressure from Rantazzoni for 2nd place in tonight's race. Not under pressure enough, though, for Ran to make any move. But there's the battle. 2 wide between Yuval Merrick and Ayali Kanoivitsky. Kanoivitsky in the white car, in the white and red, is Yuval Merrick. And will Yuval Merrick try and make something to the inside? Nope, decides against it. Smart, probably, to say no to that. Don't want to make a uncalculated move. You want to call it that. Into braking zone we go. A little bit of a disappearance from Daniel Lerman, but comes back to it. Here's Rantazzoni once again against Reem Gross. Getting closer and closer. Drops back in the twisty stuff and catches back up again. Same situation between Reem Gross and Rowan Chacha. Actually, Gross has been a little bit quicker this lap by the looks of it. Fastest lap of the race at the moment, Rantazzoni, 44.908. Wouldn't have been pole even with that slipstream, but actually Reem Gross has gapped Rantazzoni now, and he's actually caught up to Rowan Chacha quite a lot, actually. Brings that gap under 3/10 as they exit the final turn. And getting closer and closer. Interesting to see these changes in speed, and actually Rantazzoni takes the fastest lap of the race, even though Reem Gross did post a 44.4. That did not count, as that was somewhere outside of track limits, but he's closed up on Rowan Chacha, definitely. 3/10 of a second last lap, while Rantazzoni set a 44.737, so a little bit slower than your race leader, just a few hundreds, well, 100 seconds slower than the race leader. See how can Reem Gross make this attack. Actually, still a battle going on here for 5th and 6th, as Yuval Merrick now takes 5th position off of Ayali Kanoivitsky. And Kanoivitsky still battling Merrick, and I think Kanoivitsky might just take back this position. He does, but then gets spun around because he had contact in the back. And, well, I think he's at least not been tagged by anybody, but close, definitely. This lap, Rantazzoni has come back into it, so back to the lead battle. There's still definitely a battle for 5th. There's about 4 cars in the space of a second. Second and a half from 5th to 9th, so they're all very close together. But this time, Reem grows about a 10th closer, maybe half a 10th. We'll see if that's enough to actually make a move at the end of this front straightaway. Reem Gross, fastest lap of the race, 44.559. While Rantazzoni sets a 44.4, but track limits deletes that lap. Closer and closer. Still no moves being made. So definitely you can see a big difference here for the battle for the lead compared to the battle for 5th. While the battle for 5th was very much, I try to dive now and see what happens, and the other guy tries to defend with everything he's got. It's definitely changed here. And we're looking at, for sure, a much different situation here. For the drivers, they're being a lot more patient, but Reem Gross definitely putting in a lot of pressure, and pressure we haven't seen this season yet. Will it not be as easy for Rowan Chachcha to get up this field in race 2? Well, we've seen him dominate races before. This time, well, it's very much the opposite of that, because he's definitely got Reem Gross in a close situation behind. Comes out with 4/10. Let's see as they drop down the hill how that gap goes down. Let's say similar situation, maybe just a little bit further away than he was last lap is Reem Gross, but getting closer and closer down that front straightaway. Waiting to make his move, but maybe sometimes if you wait too long, you might lose your chance. Reem definitely needs to get closer and closer. Gilead Heskia up into 8th, but that battle has kind of spread apart. It's only our known Levi and Gilead Heskia battling for 8th. The other battles have spread apart, so this is what we want to see. These are your race leaders, taken from the Helishot San Baba up into 6th, because Daniel Lerman may have had an incident somewhere. Let's see, where's Daniel? He's coming in free wide into turn 5. Let's see how this ends up. Oh, we've lost him once again. Oh, big incident, and Daniel Lerman doesn't get involved in it and gets away cleanly from that one. Somehow. Look at how close Reem Gross gets here at the top of the hill. As they come in to Portimao corner. But can't make a move. And now he's lost quite a bit of time, unless he has got a perfect exit out of this one. Definitely doesn't. So this lap he's lost a bit of time. Still going to get closer as they head down the straight. He's got that slipstream coming through Galp, the final turn on this track, turn 15. And that's fastest lap of the race from Rantazzoni. With a 44 free, so recovered quite a bit of time. It does feel like you drop back and you come back into it. You've got a lot of momentum pushing you forward. Once you're in that free 10th range, you're kind of really stuck here. And can't move forward or backward. Reem Gross, however, that battle for first. Nope, we've got the comparison. And last 3 laps. So lap 6. Reem Gross gained some time, and then the last few laps he's been losing a bit of time. 13 thousandths of a second on lap 7, that's yeah, significant. Then a 10th on lap 8. He's definitely not as close as he was at the top of the hill. He's still super close, super wide though from Ransizoni as he explores a little bit of the gravel trap outside of Portimao corner. At the top of that hill, highest point on the circuit, definitely. As well, it undulates a lot. You go up and then you go down, and then you go up and then you go down. Reem Gross this time, however, closest he's been for a long time, definitely. He's under 3/10 as they exit the final turn at Galp. Let's see what happens down this front straightaway. 4.5, well, not 4.5, 4 minutes and 10 seconds to go. Reem Gross trying to go to the inside, now dives to the outside. Rowan Chacha defends that inside line. Reem Gross tries to make it round the outside, incredible move, and he's gonna try and hold it. What's he gonna do here? Ransizoni, I think he's spun around because we've lost him. They're still side by side. Reem Gross still side by side, still pushing Rowan Chacha now down this straightaway. He loses that, but now can make a move into the braking zone at 5. At the Tori Vip corner, to the inside, and if he gets it stopped, he does, but gets a big slide and doesn't happen. Oh, wow, what a sequence of turns between these two. However, let's have a look at what happened here. This is Ransizoni. We watch the leaders fight. What happens to Ran? Oh, big jump over the curb and half spin. Got it back collected and got back onto the circuit. Wow, big loss from Reem Gross. He's 7/10 behind. Definitely didn't see something. Maybe some small mistake. Obviously, mistake on the exit there. Yeah, almost a second back now. Needs to pull that gap back down. He'll have 2 more laps to do it. So he's still got a chance. But needs to pull that gap down, and fighting against a strong driver like Reem might have some, well, I wouldn't call them issues, but he might have difficulties working through and closing that gap. Another real close battle. Maybe Yossi Gabe versus Ayali Kanovitsky for 7. Kanovitsky down 2. Yossi Gabe actually up 7 spots in this race, so beautiful running from him, and Omri Farag as well. 7 spots up for both. And Gross actually pulled that gap back down, so catching up, definitely. Catching up enough. Difficult to tell because he's going to have one more shot at turn 1 at the end of this lap, and then a few more shots at a few different corners, because next time round we will take the white flag and to signify the final lap of this race. Zoni getting well, Zoni has dropped back from this one. He does hold the fastest lap of the race, so he's got that extra point for that, unless we'll see something from Reem Gross on this lap. He's gained quite a bit of time, but I think the tire is going away just a little bit at this point of the race. We'll see, however, once they cross the line, what changes. He's brought that gap back down, so gained about 3/10. Good job by Reem Gross. Wow, actually 44.284. Not the fastest lap of the race, just because it was off track limits somewhere, but definitely gaining a lot of time, and that slipstream working wonders for Reem Gross, and his driving working wonders as well. As Rowan Chacha, first time this season he's been put under so much pressure, makes a mistake on the exit of T3, and now into Tori Vip. The 5th turn of this lap. They're going to go side by side once again. Reem Gross tries to take that outside line, forces Rowan Chacha to the inside. Reem Gross off wide. He's going to have a chance still to make something happen in these next few corners, especially up Portimao. Now, down the hill they plunge once again into this difficult braking zone, the right-hander braking zone. Now up the hill they go, getting closer and closer, bringing that gap down. Can he make a move to the inside here at Portimao? It would have to be pretty desperate. He doesn't. Waits for now. He's going to have a few more turns to do it, but not that many turns. Will be 12 as they cross now. 13 up now to the inside. Huge dive. Doesn't work out, but actually I think Rowan Chacha just a little bit of a slide for him. 14, not enough. And I think that gap's just a little bit too big to actually make a move. 2 tenths, 3 tenths. I don't think it's going to happen. Even that he's closest for a while, but it's not going to happen. Out of 15 they come, and it's going to be a drag race to the line. Not really, because Rowan Chacha takes his 5th win of the season. Beautiful battle versus Reem Gross. These two put on one hell of a show. Ransazoni in 3rd. 4th is going to go the way of Yuval Merrick, and then Ernon Levi in 5th spot. Daniel Lerman close behind, and then Ayali Kainovitsky finishes in 7th. Yossi Gabay takes 8th. 9th is going to go the way of Omri Farag. Itai Zarbel will take 10th. Highest gainers in this race, Yossi Gabay and Omri Farag. Gilead Heskia takes 11th spot. He has Ido Balsan close up behind him, but it's not going to be enough for Ido to make a move here. And Nadav Yaron will be the final car to cross the line. Matty Rosen has taken the checkered, I believe, or at least he's taken it in pit lane. So let's have a look at your results for race 1 here from Portimao. Rowan Chacha, another race win, but he had to fight for it. Reem Gross, fantastic performance from him. Then it's Ransazoni, Yuval Merrick, Ernon Levi, Daniel Lerman, Ayali Kainovitsky, Yossi Gabay, Omri Farag, Itai Zarbel, Gilead Heskia, Ido Balsan, Nadav Yaron, Arik Cherniak, Addy Rosen, Zion Baba rounds out the field. Nadav Yaron should cross the line any moment now. And that is going to be race over as we get ready for race 2. Remember, top 10 gets flipped around. Itai Zarbel on pole position for this one. Lost the camera angles, but here we go. Back on it. Still gridding up. About 15 seconds to go until we can get the lights out. Remember, Itai Zarbel on pole position. In the 96 machine next to him, Omri Farag in the 997. Reem Gross in 9th. Rowan Chacha in 10th. What can they do to recover? Race 2 is about to get underway. And we're green. Beautiful launch by Itai Zarbel. Goes to cover off Omri Farag, who's actually dropped places to Yossi Gabay. And down in turn 1, Yossi Gabay does take position. And Omri Farag down into 4th already. Daniel Lerman up into 3rd. Big send by someone. I think that was Kainovitsky up into 4th. Somebody off the road. And I think that was an incident with Reem Gross there. I do believe so. Reem Gross has definitely got damage on his car. And where is Rowan Chacha? He's in the 7th. Trying to defend from Nadav Yaron. Itai Zarbel. Oh, spun round. Who spun around? Yossi Gabay spun round. And dropping positions. Itai Zarbel does, however, hold on to the lead of this race for now. And to the inside, that's Daniel Lerman taking the lead of this one. And Ayali Kanoivitsky now putting in the pressure over Itai Zarbel. He's being put under pressure from Rancizoni. He was quick in race 1. Can he show that speed in race 2 as well? But Yuval Merrick now takes the position off Rancizoni, and Rowan Chacha now has a chance to make that place up as well. As we look towards the rest of Rowan Chacha takes 5th. He's going to try and catch up to Yuval Merrick. Let's see what Rancizoni does. Does he fight back on this one, or does he just hang back here? Reem Gross down to 13th as he heads down onto pit road. And, well, that is horrible for him. 2nd place in race 1. Into the pits in race 2. We'll see if we can find the incident. Still got big battles here. So Yuval Merrick now fighting. They go free wide as Kanoivitsky tries the inside. I think Rowan Chacha was just touched a little bit by Rancizoni. Kanoivitsky now to 3rd and stays there for the time being. So we can recover that incident. Just get a chance to get a replay of it. I think it's the correct incident here. It's not. So we'll get back to the live pictures. We'll see if we can find that incident we had. I'm not sure where it is. Have to wait on that one. But back to the live pictures. Kanoivitsky in 3rd. 4th for Yuval Merrick. 5th for Rowan Chacha as he tries to make a move. Daniel Lerman getting away from this whole pack. Chacha, if he wants to take his 6th win of the season, he'll have to make inroads and he'll have to make moves. See what happens here down the straight. 4 cars. I think they're going to go 4 wide at some point because they go 2 wide. Then, well, they didn't. Oh, they are 2 wide. Now 3 wide. Is Chacha going to make it 4 wide? He goes 4 wide. Is he going to take that inside line? Now actually backs out of it. Doesn't want to risk it. There's a car exiting the pits. They're going to have to go around it. Somebody behind. I think that's Rancizoni actually trying to get in on the action. 3 wide as they go into turn 3. Still 3 wide. 2 wide as, wow, who was that off? That's Itai Zarbel off. And Rowan Chacha avoids that one somehow. And now he's going to set his sights on Ayali Kanoivitsky. And if he can make that move quick, he might just have a chance of catching up to Daniel Lerman in this one. Move made by that's Yuval Merrick and Nadav Viron side by side as they run up the hill, but actually Yuval Merrick doesn't have a rear wing, so it might be difficult for him to continue this race, and I think we might see another car down onto pit road. Reem Gross is back out, but about half a minute back from your race leader. Battle, Chacha and Kanoivitsky. Kanoivitsky tries to defend the inside. Chacha to the outside. Doesn't make a move yet. He knows he can be patient. He knows he needs to be patient, but at the same time, he knows he needs to overtake as soon as possible. Kanoivitsky really battling for this position. We'll see what happens down the straight, but Kanoivitsky being very, very aggressive in his defense. Losing spots, losing time to Daniel Lerman up in front, up in position number 1. Catching is Rowan Chacha to the outside. He goes. He might be pushed here. Daniel Lerman sets the fastest lap of the race, 45.4, and actually Chacha gets that move done in the middle of the straight, and that gives a chance for Kanoivitsky to maybe come back. No, he doesn't. Rancizoni, next one in line to take a podium spot. Let's look at this battle. Rancizoni looks at Kanoivitsky, who defends the inside once again. What Zoni wants is he wants to get behind Chacha and get that slipstream and keep going with him because there might be a chance of taking the lead here. To the inside, wow, late move by Kanoivitsky, but I think he might just about have this one. He does, and closes that door for Kanowiecki to come back, and Kanowiecki down to 4th. This is a tight gap because Tyon Baba and Matty Rosen exiting the pits together. Kanowiecki actually coming back at Rantazzoni, so they're going to lose that slipstream. And, well, difficult to say what's the right strategy here for Kanowiecki. I mean, he knows he's not as quick as Rantazzoni. If he can just get into his slipstream, he might just be able to keep on carrying on and finish in a strong 4th place. If he doesn't, he risks Nadav Yaron getting close. Then he risks Gilead Heskia getting close. And Yossi Gabay getting close. Yossi Gabay close as well with Arik Cherniak for 7th position, that is. See what Chacha does on this lap, as he had the first clear lap of his race. 35.2 versus what was, I believe, 0.5 from Daniel Lerman. So catching up, but not super quick. And now Kanowiecki loses that position. I don't think he's going to come back at it. He needs to get behind Sazzoni, and he needs to continue running in that slipstream train. Here we go. This is Heskia versus Yaron for a top 5 finish for 5th place. 6th and 5th on the road. Number 4, Gilead Heskia. Number 22, Nadav Yaron. And Heskia, well, Yaron doesn't make it too difficult for him. And Yaron spins round. And, well, doesn't rejoin unsafely, but didn't look like that was forced in any way, so just a mistake. This is Cherniak versus Yossi Gabay. What was a battle for 7th has now turned into a battle for 6th. That's almost your closest battle on track, but we have to come back to this because Kanowiecki has stayed close. Rowan Chacha, by the way, gaining time, but I don't think it is enough. With 11.5 minutes to go, this might just be difficult. How much Kanowiecki can gain down this front straightaway. I think Rowan Chacha just got held up a little bit with all the incidents of everybody else. Chacha 45.180. Lerman 45.180. Chacha 45.197. So actually slower than Daniel Lerman, and this might just be the first race where we don't see Chacha take a convincing win because, well, it doesn't look like he'll have that pace advantage. Everybody's been so close here at Portimao that it's difficult for drivers to find those huge advantages. Rantazzoni now getting away. This is a battle. Matty Rosen versus Tyon Baba for the 12th position. Matty Rosen to the inside. Baba doesn't make it too difficult. And Matty Rosen gets that position. I think Baba just saying, yep, let's just keep going. Especially if he thinks he's quicker. If he thinks Matty Rosen's quicker. Reem Gross, by the way, he's back up into 10th. One more spot to gain if he wants to get back to where he started, but definitely not the race he was hoping for. That incident on lap 1, yeah, it did really ruin it for him. And unfortunate, he's got that car fixed. He's back in the running, but not in the running for the lead. And I think he may have had a chance. If he was aggressive, he could have gotten ahead of Rowan Chacha, who set the fastest lap of the race, 45.085. Daniel Lerman, 45.232. But it's not all bad for Rowan Chacha, as he's gained 8 positions. That's the most positions gained out of anyone, so 2 extra points. He's got the fastest lap now. It's another extra point. And, well, I mean, he's won 5 races already. Even if he loses a few, it's not the end of the world for him. He's definitely still well within the championship lead. And remember, the championship of this, the champion of this championship will be going to Valencia for the FIA Motorsport Games. It is the road to the FIA Motorsport Games here. And, well, each country selects their fastest drivers to send to Valencia in the autumn of this year. And it's all thanks to ILACA, the Israeli Automobile and Karting Association. They're the ones making this happen, together with the iRacing Israel League. Go check them out. And it's not only Formula 4 races in the iRacing Israel League. We saw a couple months back the GT3 and GT4 championship. But obviously, with a prize this big, we've seen quite a few more entries on the entry list. The races had even to be split between the silver class and the pro class, and only the pro class gets the invitation to go to Valencia. It will be the first year that we do have iRacing on the roster for the FIA Motorsport Games. And this will be the 3rd edition of the games. First one was in Vallelunga with the opening ceremony in Rome. Second one, 2 years ago in Circuit Paul Ricard in the south of France, with Marseille being the venue for the opening ceremony. And this time, 23rd and 27th of October 2024, the FIA Motorsport Games take to Valencia. Daniel Lerman, let's give a bit of action to him, as we don't have a little bit of attention, as we don't have much action out on track. And I can give you a quick rundown of what we have, what the FIA Motorsport Games has in store for you. If you're thinking of going, definitely go. It will be an incredible event in Valencia. So much motorsport packed into a very tight schedule. And if you can't go, I do believe everything will be live streamed for free on the FIA Motorsport Games channels. We will have single make GT with the Ferrari Challenge being the single make class there. Then drifting, truck racing, touring car racing, Formula 4 on the real circuit, GT Sprint and GT. Rowan Chacha sets another fastest lap of the race. That's just the circuit racing categories. Then we'll have Rally in Rally All-Stars, Rally 4 Tarmac, Rally 4 Gravel, Rally 4, Rally 2 Tarmac, Rally 2 Gravel, Rally 2 Historic Rally, Historic Rally Gravel, Historic Rally Tarmac. For off-road, we've got the Cross Car Junior and the Cross Car Senior. In karting, it's the Karting Endurance, Karting Sprint Senior, Karting Sprint Junior, and Karting Mini. For electric street, we've got Auto Slalom and Karting Slalom. And for esports, we've got Esports GT and Esports F4. And in the FIA Motorsport Games, back in 2022, Israel's representative, Ariel Ilkin, actually won a medal in the karting category. And he'll compete this year in the Formula 4 category, and Israel will have representatives in two-stroke karting, karting slalom, and endurance karting, and F4, and additional representatives in cross car, drift, auto slalom, and Kana. So a lot of action, and all the best drivers from all countries around the world will go to Valencia to compete. Will be a very exciting event, but let's head back to the track action, because we've got a battle. Yossi Gabay versus Gilead Heskey. Yossi Gabay recovering positions here, And now on the back of Gilead Heskia, the 17 and the 4 as they head down into turn 1. There should be 3 laps to go as they cross the line now. I believe it is, as Yossi Gabay takes that position. At least for now as they go side by side. But, oh, big slide. Huge slide for Yossi Gabay. And Gilead Heskia takes 5th spot back. Yossi Gabay. And that battle's pretty much gone. Rowan Chacha, your championship leader. He's trying to catch up to Daniel Lerman, but I don't think it will be enough. Next time they cross the line, we'll get the 2 to go signal for the drivers. Definitely a much more calm race 2 that we're seeing here compared to the craziness that we saw in race 1. Obviously, cars getting more spread out. We had those few unfortunate incidents that lost us a few battles that maybe we were expecting, but it's been a very different sort of race. I think Rowan Chacha maybe enjoyed this one a little bit more, actually, even if he's not on course to win it, but just didn't have as much pressure from behind. But Daniel Lerman, he was smart. He got that lead early on, and now he's reaping those benefits. He had enough of a gap to keep this lead, and he just needs to keep it for 1 and almost a half, a little bit more than a half laps to get this over the line and be the first driver to dethrone Rowan Chacha from winning the races. Rowan Chacha won in Mugello. He won at Oschersleben. It's now Portimao. He won race 1. Race 2, well, it might be different. Still, the biggest points haul is taken home by Rowan Chacha, so he doesn't have to be worried about that. But Daniel Lerman, he's put on a fantastic performance here. It's right on board with him for a bit as he goes and dips down the hill into turn, I believe that's turn 13, and go into 14. 14. Again, the track going down. There's a little bit of an uphill up to 15, and 15 really plunges down. Just lost the camera. Nope, we're back on. Really plunges down here and then goes back up for the start-finish straight. Start-finish straight very much elevated. Just looking at the surrounding topography of the circuit. White flag in the air, and heading down the hill. Rowan Chacha, fastest lap once again of this race. Daniel Lerman makes his way through turn 1. It is white flag in the air, so final lap is declared. Yossi Gabay, wow, he's caught back up to Gilead Heskia somehow after that half spin. He's still behind him, and he might just be making moves, might have a chance at making a move. He's definitely hoping that he can, and this will be one of his final real opportunities. There's still opportunities at the end of the lap, but I'd call them a little bit more difficult, honestly. It's not as easy to make a move at the back end of the lap. Big defense from Gilead Heskia. Definitely aware of his surroundings. Aware that an attack might come from Yossi Gabay, but he is going to hold on for now and is safe for the time being as your race leader enters the final sector of the lap. We'll go to him in a moment's time. If there's no move being made here, we'll have to trust that the drivers stay calm. I'll keep an eye on that gap for you. But here comes Daniel Lerman. Disappears from the screen, but comes back. it wasn't enough for Rowan Chacha. 1.6 seconds. Daniel Lerman takes the win and takes that position away from Rowan Chacha, but I don't think Rowan Chacha minds. Beautiful race from him. From the back, from 10th place up into second. Third for Ransazonian. This battle's still going on. Yossi Gabe will try and make a move down the front straightaway. It will be a drag race to the line, but the line is quite close here, and not enough. Gilead Heskia in 6th. Nadav Yaron has actually lost that position. They're still side by side, and Nadav Yaron 7th. Rick Cherniak 8th. 9th for Idai Zarbel, and Reem Gross in 10th spot. Unfortunate for him with that incident he had earlier on. A few other cars still to finish, but I think the results are pretty conclusive by now. As the checkered flag flies in the air. Race 2, Daniel Lerman, first other winner apart from Rowan Chacha. Then it's Ranzazoni, Ayali Kanovitsky, Gilead Heskia, Yossi Gabe, Nadav Yaron, Arik Cherniak, Idai Zarbel, Reem Gross in 10th. Yuval Merrick, Matty Rosen, Tsayan Baba, Omri Farrig, Erdon Levi, and Ido Baltan rounds out the field. Those are your results for race number 6 of the season and round 3, race 2. Next time around, we'll be heading to Alton Park and the international configuration there for another thrilling event of the Road to the FIA Motorsport Games by the iRacing Israel League and Ilaka. It has been a pleasure covering this for you once again. Again, a night of incredible racing action. And I really hope we'll see you next time at Alton Park in exactly 2 weeks' time.